So here we are in the Ravensbruk concentration camp, the largest women's concentration camp, and Hannah Rezel and her father here, their mother, Omama, was in here for a period of 6 weeks after Auschwitz. So she went on the death march, and they arrived here for 6 weeks, intense women's work concentration camp. And as you can see over here, this is where the barracks used to be. It's now ingrained here in the soil. And just over here is where the Jewish bunkers were. So that's probably where Hannah's grandmother was for a while. Now, Hannah, you want to say something?
Well, when they arrived in 1945, it was no longer a working camp. It was a gas chamber, crematorium camp where they just murdered the women for no reason. And my great-aunt Frieda Herman Milda writes in her book that there were piles and piles and piles of dead corpses right on these roads that we're walking on. There was no room to walk. There were just corpses of holy Jewish women and women of other nationalities murdered for absolutely no reason.
Okay, behind us we just saw some of the work factories where the women worked all the way down the back. As you can see, there are the work factories. And this is the camp. My father-in-law?
What words can one say and the feelings and raw emotions that we feel, which we have. But one thing that I told our children that was famous, when Nazis forced Jewish people to sing as they were destroying a yeshiva, a house of learning, and they had a gun, and initially the Jews would refuse to sing, and then they forced them by shooting in the air or next to them, so they started singing. And after a few moments, one of the Jewish men came up with a song, and he said, "Wir wollen sie ausleben," we will outlive them. And then it caught on, and then all of a sudden all the Jewish guys and women were singing with fervor, with excitement, and that we will eventually, you may kill us today during this terrible period, but ultimately we, the Jewish people, we will survive and we will continue. So this is a holy place, and L'ilui Nishmas to all the holy Jewish brethren, especially mainly the women and children who were murdered here. Their souls should have an aliyah, an elevation, and we need to stay close to their love and their beliefs.
And how amazing, no? That's one woman, Aliska, your mum was here 70-something years ago, and today there's a party of 11, including 2 great-grandchildren who have come back and are visiting, standing here in the same spot. They tried to kill us back then, and here we are today. We've outlived them, wouldn't you say? We've outlived them.